let's go to the kitchen today. Welcome to No Excuses. My name is Mary Fran. This is my place to talk about weight loss, life, fitness, being healthy, being happy, being an amazing person. That includes weight loss. That includes going and exploring my world. It includes cooking, because I love to cook, and eating healthy. And today we are both craving vegetable soup. We just want vegetables. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to make vegetable soup, and we are going to start right now. To start the vegetable soup, you're going to need to have either a pot roast or stew meat or something. I actually chose stew meat. It is a little bit more economical, and I do like to be frugal. And then I put it in my crock pot and I cooked it on low for quite a few hours to make it nice and tender. You could also use a roast. You could also use any kind of meat. But I have actually cooked this off, and now that it's cooked off, we will be able to start working on the actual vegetable soup. We are making vegetable soup today. So once your meat is done, you're going to want to actually pull it out of your broth. And I wanted my meat to be a little bit smaller than the chunks that I had cooked it in, so I actually cut it down a little bit further once it was already cooked. Once your meat is cut to the size that you want to actually get a separator. You want to get the fat that's cooked off of the meat out of the broth. So I just got my normal separator and I started to separate the fat from the broth. And in case you don't know, the fat actually will go to the top of it. And so you can get one of these separators at the store, relatively cheap. Mine is small because I don't have a lot of space. And you just put it, the fat rises to the top, and then you just pour out the broth, and then you are actually okay, and you only keep the good stuff and you throw away the top section. After your broth is prepared, you want to go ahead and pull out about 6 to 8 potatoes. You want to peel them and you want to cut them and put them into more bite-sized pieces because we are going to use potatoes in our vegetable soup. After the potatoes are chopped, you want to go ahead and put them into your crock pot or your pan, whichever way you're going to be cooking them. And I'll give you both options for how to cook them in the length in just a little bit. But you just want to go ahead and add your potatoes into the broth. After your potatoes are in, you want to grab some diced potatoes. I chose a seasoned one, Italian seasoning. And you're going to open your can and you are going to just pour that into the broth with that. To that, you are going to add about 3 pounds of frozen vegetables. For this one, I'm adding in peas and carrots. I'm also going to add in okra. I am going to add in mixed vegetables. And I'm adding in lima beans. You want to take more broth, and I usually have an extra box or so of broth. You want to take your broth and you want to add it in, and you want to actually pour it in until your vegetables are covered, and you want to actually have it over top of the vegetables. Now, you can kind of guess and say it's probably going to be between 4 and 6 or 4 and 7 cups, but it is going to depend on how many vegetables you use. My bags were not full pound vegetables, so I actually had a little bit more than 3 pounds, but that's okay. And you can see that mine was actually frozen there, but that's okay. At this point, you would salt and pepper it to taste, and then you would turn your crock pot on to low, and you would just let that sit for about 4 to 6 hours. So we had a change of plans. The food would have been in the crock pot for about 4 to 5 hours. However, we had a change of plans and we went away for the day, and we were going to be gone more than the 4 or 5 hours. So I am defaulting back to having my soup into a stock pot, and I'm just going to go ahead and cook this for 45 minutes and let it simmer for 45 minutes, and then it will be done. You can see it's starting to heat up. Let's let this cook, and we will be back in 45 to take a taste. The vegetable soup was delicious. That's all I'm going to say. Delicious. It was just what I needed. We both were craving vegetables, and it was obvious when we were at the grocery store because we kept buying fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, lots of them. So vegetable soup was exactly what we needed because we had large quantities of vegetables, and it was delicious. So thank you for watching my vegetable soup recipe. It is a very easy recipe. It is very healthy. It is very nutritious and doesn't take a lot of time and prep work. So thank you for watching, and remember, try new things, have fun, do what you need to do. No excuses.